Hello, everyone, and welcome to Life and DNA with Amanda Renee. I'm Amanda. If you are watching on YouTube, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you are listening on podcast, if you wouldn't mind scrolling down on my page and leaving a review, I would appreciate it. And I will try to read it out on the next episode. Happy 4th of July. So by the time you listen to this, it will probably be Independence Day. Our town's going to have a little celebration. They're going to have a salsa contest that I think I'm going to enter. And just for fun. There's a first, second, and third prize. We have a lot of good salsa makers around here, so I'm not going to get my hopes up too high. But I'm going to try and participate and have fun. And kids will get to go to the bouncy houses, and there's going to be homemade ice cream and then fireworks just not even a mile down the road. So that'll be fun. I want to talk about homeschooling year-round today. That's what my kids and I do. We've done that the past few years. Several years, I guess, in fact. And talk about some of the pros and cons. Way more pros, in my opinion, than there are cons. I would say one of the cons is while everyone else is having a big summer vacation, my kids are not. And they don't get a huge break between grades. I make sure they at least have a month. Sometimes it's a month and a half, depending on what we have going on. But honestly, that's only a con for them if their friends just have something fun going on and they still have to do school. My kids are kind of used to it, and they don't really see that as a negative most of the time. The positive side of only having a month to a month and a half in between grades for them is, because I do still assign a grade for them. A lot of homeschoolers don't. I just always have, and I don't mind that distinction. It is actually nice because while some kids have trouble remembering things 2 seconds after you've said it, if you don't give them the 3-month break in between, there's less that they forget. I don't have to do as much repetition when we start back up. The books we use in Master Books naturally have a 6-week review section from the last group from the last year. They naturally have that, and so I usually go ahead and still do that, but they remember a lot more of it than they did when we used to take the whole summer off. So that's really nice because it's very, frustrating. One of my sisters is a public school teacher, and it's hard on the teachers as well, trying to get the kids even acclimated and back into a schedule. And whereas when we've only taken a few weeks off, it's not that hard. The pros, definitely that we can take a break whenever we need to. We've taken the whole month of December off the past couple of years, and that's been really fun. Depending on how much where we are in our school year before December, dictates how much we can take off in the spring and the winter after December before we end school. I like to be done by the end of June. This year it got pushed to the half of July, just for things that we had going on. But again, that is a pro for homeschooling year round. I dictate when my schedule is and what my schedule is and when we start and when we stop. And so that is just it's always been nice. I love taking December off with the kids because there's always so much going on between church, 4-H, and just Christmas in general. And so we get to enjoy those times, enjoy those things, baking cookies. Where when we did school in December, it was like we rushed around to get to do those things, or we had to save all the fun things for right before Christmas. And then that's stressful for me and the kids. And so this way, we get to spread it out during the whole month and enjoy Christmas. At least that's always my goal. The kids get to enjoy Christmas and the Christmas break. I usually put way too much on myself. I'm going to try, as I always do, but I'm really going to try this year to kind of be ahead and get to relax and actually enjoy Christmas. But yeah, and then when things come up, if someone gets sick or if there's a family emergency, we can just stop and pick back up when we need to. A lot of times for us, we have what we call a birthday season in our family, because 2 weeks after Christmas, my husband has a birthday. A month after him, it starts me and the kids within 2 weeks. We all have our birthdays, and multiple relatives in between. And so a lot of times, depending on where the birthdays fall, we will take off because we'll either go to my sister's or they'll come here. And so we've got a lot of work to do to get things ready. So a lot of times we'll split a week up into 2 weeks, and all of that is time off. But it's nice because we can take off when we need to, where a lot of times, with family members I know with kids in public school, they can't go do certain things, or they have to leave their kids behind because if they miss school, then it counts against them, or they're not allowed to miss that much school. And I like having the freedom of being able to go and do what I need to when I need to do it. And also, like I said, the kids don't forget as much when you have shorter breaks. And honestly, my kids, they really get excited about their new curriculum. We've already had it ordered, but it's been sitting in a box because I had to take advantage of their big sale a couple months ago. So I ordered it then, and it's been sitting in a box. And so we will kind of reintroduce ourselves to it in August. And I, being the little nerd that I am, I always love making my binders. I make a teacher binder for each kid with each subject schedule and all the different little extras and answer keys and everything. I have one for each kid. And I love going through all the books, pulling all the things out that I need to put into my binder. Some of them have little helps in the back that I pull out, and each kid has their own binder as well, with each subject in there, and some extra paper and folders for when they have something special from that class that they need to save. And then at the end of this year, I will take the box that the new school came in, and I will put all of their stuff that they saved in their folders and that I need to save, and it'll go with their old books, the workbooks, into the box and label it and stick it in our shed. Eventually I'll go through and clean all that out when they've graduated and they're done, and get rid of what I don't need to save. Right now, Oklahoma doesn't have any laws about anything, but I save everything that they've done and a record of it also in my planner. Every day I have what they've done and check it off. And so I want to have records in case anything ever changes in the future. I have everything I need to prove that they have in fact learned all of these things. But eventually I'll go through and clean a lot of that out. But for now, that's what I do. And then I will start a new binder, take everything out of the old one, or take everything out of mine, add the new stuff in, and prep. And I love doing that. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 days to do it, but I love doing it. I love going through all the new books and seeing everything. I love getting to laminate whatever I need to laminate for my younger son. Seems like the older my daughter gets, the less I get to laminate for her, but it just depends on the class. And I like to get the material lists ready for like their science classes and stuff if they have any experiments. And yeah, so I look forward to that. I need to order my new planners. This year I used an Erin Condren planner. I got a student planner for my daughter. Either she or I would write in her schedule for the week, and then she would keep it in her room and check it off because she mostly does her work by herself. And then my son, I had a big teacher Erin Condren planner, and I write in all of his stuff and keep up with it. I usually use the Simple planner from Mardell. I am possibly going to go back to that or get the dated homeschool planner from Erin Condren. It just depends on what the cost of those are when I have to order them. But I highly recommend both of those planners. They're both really, really great. I just didn't care for the teacher planner I got from Erin Condren this time. I've loved the planner. I like the layout and everything, but it was undated, and so it's just been kind of an extra step for me to have to date it. On one hand, it was nice because we homeschool year round, and most school planners go from a specific month and they stop at another specific month. That's kind of a pain. Sometimes with Erin Condren, you can start and stop when you want to with certain planners, and so I might look into that. With the Simple planner, I think that's why I switched last year, because there's only goes from August to June, and I typically need the July in there, and it's not in there. So I'm gonna have to kind of tweak that. So if you go year round, you have to pay attention to all of that with your planner. But I didn't really like having to date my own planner. Not that that's a huge deal breaker, but it was just kind of an inconvenience for me. I had to order date stickers and things like that to put in it, and I just would rather have it in there and just be able to open it up and use it personally. But so yeah, those are the things that I've enjoyed about homeschooling year round. We get to really stop and enjoy the different holidays and the different seasons and things that come up, and that's really, really nice. One thing I would like to do, I have been really bad about. I know a lot of homeschoolers, you always think of, oh, you get to go on field trips all the time. I haven't really done a field trip with the kids in a long time. We haven't been to a museum probably in a few years. And so I would like to go kind of do some of that. I've put some of that off until our son got a little older, because he gets bored. His attention span isn't great. He gets bored really fast. But he's 10 now, going into 5th grade. He's old enough to enjoy some of that. So I may try when we go on certain trips to plan an outing like that while we're up there, or one where just the kids and I pop up and go do something. There's quite a few museums around where we are, and that would be nice. I have been pretty bad about that. just because the kids are busy with everything going on. So it's hard to make time for everything. And something I wanted to tell you about going on, if you listen to my Hashimoto's update podcast, you will have already heard this. But if you didn't, I started a Patreon page, same as this, Life and DNA with Amanda Renee. And because my daughter's going into high school and she has started reading some of the classics, she's already read a couple of them. But she's got a lot more to do, and I really need to get her focused and on a reading schedule. Because she loves to read. She doesn't always, she's kind of like I was in high school, and she doesn't always want to read the things she's required to read. So I need her to focus, and I am going to start, I started a Patreon, and it's going to be like read along with me and my high schooler. And I'm going to have her pick from a few. The ones I'm looking at right now for her to pick from are Count of Monte Cristo, possibly Moby Dick. I don't know if she's quite ready for that one. That's a giant book, but it's really, really good. Or possibly Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So I'm going to have her pick something kind of like that for her first book. And then we'll go from there. But if you would like to join us, so for $5 a month, I'll have a reading schedule, and you can follow along with us if you would like. And then we'll have a monthly podcast. Probably not a video. Not really sure, because if she joins me, I'll probably just leave it audio. And we'll discuss the sections that we've read that month and any questions that you guys have. If you want to join in on the discussion, that would be awesome. And we'll go through the classics that you need for high school, and you can join us. Get your high schooler to join us, and I think that would be great. I'm gonna make that part of her grade, her literature grade, to participate with me on here. If once I talk to her and my husband, if they are on board with it, then I think that would be awesome. She would, get to discuss it and get her point of view. And I might even bring in some discussion guides from, that they have about the different classics that they have out there, and just kind of keep her on track. And one that isn't for her homeschool, but is just for me in general. I love history, and I usually am reading a book about history, or a biography, or a historical fiction novel at some point during the day, and along with another book, usually whatever my daughter's reading, so that we can discuss it together. And so I will be reading a book on history also. I am not 100% sure which book, so if you want to join me, I have a tier for the History Bible book club. And if you want to participate, if you give me your ideas for what book to read, I will take that into consideration, because I have not decided on which book to start this off with. But again, it'll be $5 a month. You get a reading schedule, and I will have a video or a podcast every month, and we'll discuss it and do Q&A, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. So I hope you join me over there. But yeah, that's what I had for today. Let's see. I will figure something out for next week. I'm hoping I will know more about my health situation. I'm always ready to get that figured out. So yeah, I will try and have some updates on that. And if hopefully by then I will have landed on what book I want to do for the history book club, and I'll have my daughter be picking out what she wants to read for her book club. And so if you want to join us, weigh in on that, you can email me, message me on social media, or or comment on the video below and let me know what book you think I ought to read, because I'm excited about that. I've always wanted to participate in a book club, and I think it'd be fun to do it this way. And it also helped me to be able to support my channel and support the research that I'm doing with our family mystery and trying to get all of that figured out. So yeah, I'm excited. And I mentioned in the Hashimoto's video, but if you did not see it, if you or someone you know has Hashimoto's or thyroid issues, I've created some spreadsheets to keep track of your lab work. If you're interested in that and want to know more, just email me or message me on this video and I will get you that information. And until then, I will talk to y'all later. And don't forget, if you're listening on a podcast, scroll down and leave a review. If you're on YouTube, click the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it, and I will see you next week.